Hey there, everybody. My name is Brian. This is the first ever recording of MugiwaraProductions. The Mugiwara Recordings side with the Devil Fruits Three-Way podcast. Nice to meet y'all. Hope y'all enjoy what y'all about to hear.
I'm Ethan. I'm one of the other members of Mugiwara Productions, and we also have Tiki here.
Hi, I'm Tiki. I'm here. I don't know what to say.
She is also a member of Mugiwara Productions. She just doesn't know to tell that she is a Mugiwara Productions member. But don't judge her for that. Judge her instead for the things she will be giggling about over the course of this various podcasts.
And we hope you'll be giggling with her. So down to the point. We're starting out these podcasts, and right now just kind of getting a feel for what we want to talk about and the kind of ideas we want to toss around.
We're also trying to get a little bit of a voice recording. Forget what the word is.
Practice.
Thank you. in our belts over here. So yeah, that's basically part of why we're here. If anything, I just want to start off by saying, for all y'all out there, if you're having sex while listening to this, switch to something else, please. For the love of God, switch to something else. Do not have my voice playing in the background while you're having sex with whoever you're having sex with. That's just going to be very awkward for me if I ever meet you and you're just like, hey, so I was having sex while listening to your podcast and your podcast got really weird. And then I'm just like over here just like, well, why the fuck were you having sex while listening to my damn podcast? The fuck?
Well, maybe they just want to get it onto my sultry voice.
Don't kink shame people.
You know what? I will kink shame people right over here, right now. Kink shaming.
As we are the devil fruit threesome, right?
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. I'm just gonna silently judge you for it. But you know, do what you want to do. Do what you gotta.
We decided that the starting name for this podcast will be the devil fruit threesome.
Yeah. First things first. The one thing I want to talk about right now is what we plan to do with the Mugiwara Productions channel as a whole, and where we're planning on going with this.
We have a special project in line that we don't really want to talk about any details yet, but it's something that we've been working on for a good little while, and we want to see it come to fruition.
Yeah.
And so we want to kind of use this podcast to help give people updates on it, as well as keep this channel active in between the posts of Mugiwara Productions.
Yeah, you'll eventually see some stuff popping up randomly all over the place for it. But I'm really hoping that by late April, early May, we will have at least the first thing of this up and running, and we'll be able to unveil it to you guys. If anything, I just want to state for the record, this is just a project we're all just doing for fun, just trying to have a little bit of a good time with it. As you already know, it's going to be a non-profit thing, so don't worry about that.
It was a good idea. It started with a bad idea that turned into a good idea that turned into a great idea.
Yeah, it's an evolving thing, but hey, so all the best things are evolving things. Like Pokemon, for example. Pokemon is a great evolving thing. I only say that because I'm literally looking at a Pokemon map like right in front of me, and it is literally like right in front of my desk. So I have no shame in mentioning Pokemon right now.
But what I will say is that what we have going is in fact One Piece themed, such as Mugiwara Recordings and Productions.
Fuck yeah.
We all love One Piece incredibly, and it will likely be some of the prime topics we talk about.
It is the shit.
But we'll also be talking about different books, movies, current events.
Yeah, we will.
For instance, I feel like here in the future we might be talking about the Percy Jackson series.
Oh, I really hope we are, because I'm not gonna lie, you will hear me go off on that shit. Like, and not in the bad way. I love Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, also Heroes of Olympus, and the Thor, or not Magnus, I forget, Magnus Chase and the gods of Asgard, like all that shit. You just goddamn, just Rick Riordan, man. Rick Riordan, fucking love that guy.
I'm currently reading through. I'm very early on in the series. Brian convinced me to go ahead and try them out.
I didn't have to do much. I just promised him a blowjob.
Oh my god.
No, what he promised me was so much better.
It's true. It's true.
One thing you learned about me is I'm very much an avid Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and I play the game and enjoy the anime. And we made this deal a good little bit after Arc V had ended, and the deal was I would read Percy Jackson if he watches all of Arc V.
And I'm still early on in Arc V. I think I'm like at episode 15 or 16. I don't 100% remember exactly, but I know it if I saw the episode on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you passed out in the middle of watching and just kept rolling with it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I was very tired, but you know, it was overall. It's a very funny looking series. It's not funny looking. It's funny to watch.
And it's like, you know, something I hear a lot from people is the fact that the artwork's really hard to get through from the very beginning, and you know, it is in fact a very weird series, but it's so amazing if you have whatever time someone has bestowed upon you to rewatch the series. Oda just puts so much into it that you never would have caught the first time through, unless like someone's holding your hand as you're watching it.
Was he holding your hand?
Wait, are we talking about Arc V or are we talking about like?
No, we're talking about Oda, One Piece.
Okay, we are talking about One Piece, but yeah, no, like so talking about One Piece, going off on that. First off, I just want to state that, you know, Oda is a very good writer as a whole. Like the dude, he keeps me guessing. He is more often than not like totally just like had me thinking, oh yeah, he's going this way, and then just like nah. Second later, it's like nah, bruh, I was going this way, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's not like I had expectations over here or nothing, but yeah. Thanks, Oda.
And Tiki here hasn't watched much at all.
Nope.
She is a One Piece virgin.
Yep.
To clarify,
I've seen like 15 episodes.
That is nothing of One Piece. If you know the number of episodes that there are out there, if you've seen the number of episodes out there and the amount of movies out there, you know that 15 episodes is not shit.
We're
not judging. We're just
You're judging.
We're judging.
You're judging.
You're judging
slightly. A lot.
We're
judging a lot. Yeah, a lot.
But no, like I just want to state for the record about One Piece. One of the things I love about One Piece is that it does keep you guessing. It doesn't feel like something you could just be like, oh, well, I don't have to really watch this episode in order to know where it's going. Like, even if you're like, oh, well, I know that they're going to win, it's still always fun to see how the fuck they're going to win.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't. Like, straight up, like, spoiler alert, they don't always win. Yeah.
And all truth and honesty, like I said, watching them in their environment, in the whole nonsense that is One Piece, is honestly just crazy as fuck some days. That said, Zoro for the win, best character in One Piece altogether.
I think you forgot about Usopp.
Nah, I'm just going for the true, obvious, tried and true best character in One Piece, Zoro, all day, every day.
Oh, okay. And this is where our opinions will diverge. Thank you. But so past just One Piece, there's a lot of other cool things that we'll likely end up talking about, just other animes, or mangas like My Hero Academia.
Oh God, I can't go into the manga of that, but just I'll tell you right now, I dropped out of the manga of that for a while back. Like I think the last thing I read was like, you know, I won't tell you what it was because I don't want to do any spoiler alerts. because I don't feel like being like, spoiler alert, I read up to this point where this happened.
Right.
And it hasn't occurred in the anime. And like, even if it has occurred in the anime, I still don't like dropping that spoiler alert on people, because it always makes me feel bad if someone's like, oh shit, you told me that what happened in the anime / manga, you bitch. And
I was here to see what this was about, not learn X beat X.
Yeah. Yeah. Then just like X died, just like over here.
Rip.
R.I.P. But seriously though, one thing I want to state for the record is we will probably end up at some point talking about older animes.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't know, which you do not know, we're 90s kids up in this room.
Yeah.
So we grew up in a time with a lot of great cartoons, a lot of great animes. Even now, there's still some pretty good cartoons out there, like Star vs. the Forces of Evil.
That's really good.
Steven Universe.
Absolutely amazing.
Milo Murphy's Law. I just recently got these two into it, and I fucking love it. It's made by the same dude who made Phineas and Ferb. If you loved Phineas and Ferb, I guarantee you will love Milo Murphy's Law.
I've really enjoyed it. Like, I didn't really know what I was going into, but the direction that they take with it, with Milo and his like infinitely preparedness, is absolutely hilarious.
Like, it was always great in Phineas and Ferb where you knew that somehow, some way, they were just gonna have like something built by the end of the day, and I was always curious as to how they would build it, or whether or not Candace would actually be able to catch them in the act with their mom. And you knew she never was going to catch him, but you still always kindly, you kind of hoped that at the end of the day that Candace would hopefully get that win. Just stop taking L's over here. Just get that W for the win over here. But yeah, no. But yeah, so we're probably going to end up talking about a lot of random shit. One thing I am going to talk about right now is the Teen Titans Go movie that I just recently saw a picture on Facebook about.
I saw the trailer for like a little bit of it, but I it couldn't keep my attention.
Yeah, like one thing I will state about Teen Titans Go that actively I do hate is it feels like a mockery of the Teen Titans I grew up with. And the sad thing about Teen Titans is it didn't get the chance to really end for a lot of us out there who were fans of it, because it just kind of ended on a cliffhanger, but there wasn't really many places left they could go. They had already explored most of what the Teen Titans in the comics had done by then, you know, fighting Trigon, going up against Slade, all these various things that had happened in the comics and shit like that. And I'm just stating for the record.
Now, Brian here, he reads more comics than I do.
Yeah.
I'm more learn things by watching movies or TV shows, or I've read a few small comics. Like, I've kind of skimmed through The Watchmen.
That is a very not child-friendly comic.
No, not at all.
Just for the record, just so we're clear, comics are intended for teenage readers. Like, there is very few comics out there that are intended for children. So the next time someone's like, oh, hey, no, all comics are for little kids, show them the Watchmen comic. Like, just pull out a single panel from there and see just how quickly they'll be like, yeah, never mind. I'm just gonna not show this to my 4-year-old.
Yeah.
What happens in Watchmen?
There's a lot of nudity. There's some rape. A lot of murder. Dude gets exploded. Another dude gets his skull bashed in.
It gets pretty fierce. Which I'm also gonna. I don't know exactly like how PG-13 we're gonna get with this podcast. I know we can, like, we just kind of want to say what we want to say.
Yep.
But at the same time, you know, we got to be careful. We don't want to like drop too many F-bombs or.
Like, we're trying to keep it PC in here as best we can, but like, let's be real here. We're all adults. Hopefully, well, we're all adults in this room. I don't know about the rest of you listening to this, or anyone who will listen to this. Like, if you're not an adult, like, First off, don't be dropping F-bombs all over the place over there.
There are children in some rooms.
Somewhere near you. And if you're a parent, don't be dropping F-bombs everywhere. Like, unless you're just trying to get your child to have his first word be like the F-bomb over there.
Or your son is Bakugo.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Spoiler alert.
I mean, just spoiler alert. But, yeah, so... Anywho.
Another thing I think we'll be able to talk about are games.
Yeah. We will probably talk about just random games. You might hear us talking about like Uno and shit, like how I was cheated out of a victory of Uno by
You were not cheated.
That was not. You were not
You
cheated.
were
by my
not
girlfriend
cheated.
over here. Just like she's supposed to be on my side, and she just like destroyed all hopes I
You're
had.
so sad because I
win
said Uno.
Oh no! It was worth it because at the end of the game, he took one of those cards and he just started eating it.
He ate the card.
I ate a third of the card. I spat the rest of it out. It was nasty.
The biggest sore loser of them all.
It was
I regret
terrible.
nothing.
We
I
will
regret.
forever miss
I've-
a yellow 8.
Yeah,
I regret nothing.
That
was the
might be the
card.
winning card in the next round, and guess what? You won't have it.
You won't.
There's still another one in there, and you know what? I regret nothing. Not at all. Do I regret a single thing? I'd do it again.
I guess
Such a
next
story.
time it'll just be a draw. By the way, I love puns, and I will make them thoroughly throughout these podcasts.
I
at every
apologize in
opportunity.
advance for anybody who listens to this.
There are no apologies. It is something to be accepted and loved, like all puns.
So he says.
They're so punny.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I fucking hate them both. And I want to state for the record that our girl Tiki in here is my girlfriend.
What?
Yeah, she is my girlfriend.
Who? Who? What?
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 Where?
She did
What?
not realize this until just now when I just stated it. But
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah, she is now dating me as of this very sentence.
No, he's a bloody liar. They've been dating for longer than this.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just been sleeping around.
Wow.
Shut the fuck
Just
up.
in your bed.
Wow. Just sleeping around exclusively in his bed.
Just here.
Shut the fuck up. But
Wow.
no, like legit. I just want to real quick. I do actively want to talk about one quick thing, and that is the Slender Man movie that is coming out.
I saw the trailers for that, and I have bad opinions of it.
Yeah, like
Really?
Have you ever watched Tribe 12, Everyman Hybrid? Oh gosh, there's a group from Alabama that did a Slender story too.
I have no idea. I can't think of it.
Everyman Hybrid actually I haven't caught up on recently, but it was getting really intense. If you've never watched that, I started Tribe 12, but I got busy and I couldn't keep up with it. Marble Hornets, that's the one I was thinking of. Marble Hornets, which was actually filmed in Alabama, which is where we do our podcasts from.
Likewise.
Likewise. Wow.
I really enjoyed that series. A lot of people, they had issues with it, but those were the big three in the Slenderman community for YouTube, and what I saw from the movie, it didn't exactly make me feel the same as how those series portrayed the Slenderman. They just made him another entity that does the same things in every other horror movie.
Yeah.
Like he's just another poltergeist.
I guess, but my problem is all the scary movies they've come out with in the past 3 or 4 years are not scary, not creepy whatsoever. And this one actually like kind of creeped me out. So I'm kind of
I
excited
kind
to
of
be
agree with
scared.
you, but there was one movie that it wasn't so much as scary as it made me think about shit.
What?
It's Get Out. I don't remember if you remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one wasn't. It wasn't so much that it was scary as it made me think a lot because it actually tried to make you think, like, can you trust people? Do you know what they're thinking? And is how someone behaves, is that actually how they are in real life?
I haven't seen it myself, but I've had a lot of people tell me about it and explain like the intricacies of what goes on between the characters.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that's like psychological
It
horror.
had the creep factor and everything, but most movies, like scary suspense and everything, they all drop the ball. Like in the past, like I believe 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 years.
Well, I mean, I think it's hard to do like a strong scary movie now because we live in a very desensitized culture.
We've kind of like already explored most scary movies. Like if you look at like the scary movies of like back in the day, and I mean like the OG days of scary movies, you have literally a dude who was a person made who you can only fight in your dreams, and it's like you can't even win in your dreams. So it's like there's a horror movie where you actively die in your dreams. There you go. Have some fun sleeping that night. Okay. Then there's Jason, like fucking, oh hey, here's an undead creature who you cannot kill, cannot stop, and will hunt you down until you fucking die, and have fun trying to kill him because he's pretty much unstoppable and is a fucking raging psychopath that apparently just went on a fucking murder spree after his mom died.
Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of scary movies because I wasn't desensitized to it as a kid, so they have full effects on me.
Like, I don't like scary movies, so I'm just going to state that for the record. It's not so much that I watch them, it's that I do know them, though.
I love scary movies because as a kid, like, I wasn't allowed to watch them at all. So, like, whenever I was old enough to kind of figure out, like, I can do whatever I want, like, if no one catches me. So I would watch scary movie after scary movie, like, purge on that crap. And then now I'm just like, nothing really scares me.
Yeah.
Other than real life. Real life scares me sometimes.
Yeah, but, like, to be fair, like, the OG movies, it was always, like, at the time, it was like, either you're dealing with an unstoppable killer or you're dealing with something that cannot be stopped. And after a point, it's like, so what's different about this one?
That was pretty redundant, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, sorry. It's like okay, you're fighting against a fire that can't be put out, or you're going up against a river trying to block it
Like
with
something you can't
with
win.
like a twig.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day, like the OG horror movies were basically saying, it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to win, and eventually that gets old. It's like, okay, so what's different about this guy as compared to Jason or Michael or Freddy?
Well, I mean,
so go on.
Or, a lot of the scary movies now too, they play. Well, everything in society now is super sexualized, but a lot of the scary movies, it's just like sometimes just like soft porn with a little bit of horror. And they like spend so much time on those scenes and everything, and I'm like, you could just like leave that out, like it's to be scared.
Yeah,
Like it just makes me so aggravated.
So, I'm sorry, when you describe it that way, the first movie I think of is Teeth.
It's what?
Teeth.
Yeah.
That is like, I'm not gonna lie, that was the horror movie that just had me questioning women for like a while.
Oh my
right there.
gosh.
Like over here,
I
just
couldn't
like
even finish that movie. It was just so stupid.
it was very stupid, but just like, goddamn, let me tell you, as a guy watching that movie, like it had enough moments that just made my penis feel like it was trying to retreat inside my body for safety, and I'm just like, no, please, just like, bruh, it's okay, we're okay here. It's all safe. This is a safe zone. You don't have to worry.
You also take movies like way too serious.
You kind of do.
Like
Yeah.
Straight Outta Compton. Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. To be fair, I do take movies a little too seriously, but that's just because I immerse myself in a movie. I immerse myself in the story. So I'm like, if I can immerse myself in there, I'm in there. If I can't, I'm just disappointed in this movie as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole, these are the kind of conversations that you can expect from us. These are the ideas that we like to put forward, and we really hope that just by hearing us out and listening, you'll grow to enjoy it and come back for more. I'm Ethan,
I'm Brian.
I'm cheeky.
and thanks for listening.
And just remember, always wear protection when in a devil fruit 3-way.
Oh my god.